Things I really did not see coming this year on my bingo card, agreeing so much with Candace Owens. No way in hell I would have ever betted on that. No way in hell I would have ever dreamt that. But this week she is calling him a chronic disappointment, and I believe we are starting to see eye to eye. Now, I've seen a few creators talk about this, and yes, your points are definitely valid. My initial reaction to shit like this is also too little, too late. You already made your bed, now lie in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like rats fleeing a sinking ship. But on the other hand, I do have to give credit where credit is due because a lot of people will just die on that hill out of pride, right? They would never, ever in a million fucking years say that they regretted shit or say that they made a mistake or say that he's obviously been a chronic disappointment and I regret telling people to vote for him because of pride, because they would be embarrassed like deeply within themselves. And most people do not have the courage or the self whatever gumption to fucking say, whoops, sorry everybody, I made a fucking mistake. So I do have to give credit where credit is due because accountability fucking matters. This is literally a direct quote from her. She said, "He has been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen," which is what I heard over and over and over. Oh, it's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. He's not going to do that. He doesn't care about that. And it is happening. This is also something I worry about all the time because of his reckless fucking leadership. She predicted that as a result of his actions, she warned it could result in the deaths of military servicemen and women. The picture of politics in America is going to look very differently. She said, "I don't know where to go from here, but this is not the candidate that I voted for," because he ran on peace and all that shit. She also represents a visible split within Trump's MAGA base of supporters and also people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Fox News host Tucker Carlson. I think Tucker Carlson, wasn't he calling some shit out recently? I haven't got to that yet, but here we are. This got caught off up here, but she was talking about the platform he ran on besides like the peace thing. He recognized that Americans were being forgotten while we were giving away billions of unaccounted like money, right? It's one of the earliest reasons that people got behind him and got behind his vision, she added, which was just all BS anyway. The MAGA movement is seeing an infiltration of Republicans who are Israel first, in contrast to Trump's signature America first priorities, Owens lamented. Which, let's be real, this is not just a Republican thing. This is like an American political thing, right? They're all just like Israel's bitch. Morgan then tried to argue that Trump was basically saying that it was because Iran was such a terrorist cell and such a threat to Americans, right? And she said there was no imminent threat and that Trump did what Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wanted him to do. Period. Point blank. Fucking thank you. Even his own director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, said that Iran was not a threat, that they had no fucking nuclear situation happening. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. We'll talk about that another time. We are very aware that Israel is dictating our foreign policy, and we would now like that to stop. When Morgan tried to talk about how Trump was saying that Iran was being the sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East, Owens disagreed, pointing to Israel, fucking thank you, who she said is imparting a genocide and a Holocaust on the Gazan people. She added, "Who's the bigger terrorist? That is the fucking question. Okay, let's look at the fucking facts. I'm really over this idea, like somehow Israel has the moral high ground, and we have to get behind that," she continued. Owens also accused Trump of making a deal with the devil, pointing to a $100 million in his campaign received from Marian Adelson, who is a pro-Israel billionaire. Love that. And this is interesting. She was clear, talking about the donor, that she wanted to annex the West Bank. And then Owens went on to slam Trump's idea of building a resort, turning Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. And then she said, "That was truly, in my opinion, the most inhumane thing he's ever tweeted." So yeah, here we are, midway through 2025. Candace Owens officially is embarrassed that she told people to go vote for Trump. So at least there's that.